Mark Tank Evans reporting for Saturday Morning Hero. We are about to start the second Legend Series interview with none other than Mr. Maurice Perkins, a.k.a. Big Perk, from Richardson High School. How you doing tonight, Maurice?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
No complaints at all, man. Glad to be sitting here with you and getting a chance to talk to you about your experience in the Spring Valley Athletic Association. I think you told me you started, 82, 83, right?
Yeah, 82, 83.
What grade were you in?
I came to Texas in 81. Wow. Ooh, you got me there, because I came in at fourth grade, but I stayed back.
Okay.
And I played for the Cowboys, was my first team. So, Cowboys was my team from California. I was in California, and I was a Cowboy. So,
Absolutely.
man, it made everything to come in. And being at Northwood Elementary, we were the Cowboys, my first team. And that was, I think that was 82, 83, my first season.
Nice. So who was your head coach in that time?
Wow, Mr. McCracken. Mr. McCracken was my first coach.
Was he a dad?
Yes, his son played also.
Was the son any good?
He was actually pretty good. He was pretty good, yeah.
Good. So it wasn't none of that daddy ball stuff. The kid actually could play.
No, we didn't have most of my squads that we played, who I played for, although it was dad's coaching, but shoot, like Mr. McCracken, Mr. Valentino, which was my favorite coach. Oh, he let his son have it, so it wasn't no daddy ball.
That's how my brother is.
And he was actually good, so we didn't have no complaints.
That's what you like to hear. So your experience in Spring Valley Athletic Association, you know we've been covering them this year. We actually covered the Tackle Football League, and we're able to get highlight clips and interviews with a lot of the kids on a bunch of different teams. There's so many awesome kids out there. When I first met you, I believe it was out at Fretz Park. I think you were in the sixth grade, headed out to play against the Broncos. Do you remember that?
Man, them Broncos, yeah, they had some talent, so I used to get extra hype for them.
You were real hyped that day. In fact, you taught me a little chant, a little cheer that I had never heard, man. You remember that chant?
Oh, I'll never forget it. I took that through high school. And
how'd it go?
Fight, spirit. What I did was, this was the old chant my uncle first started me. I would have him say, when I say fight, you say spirit. When I say spirit, you say fight. When I say what we gonna eat, whatever team we playing.
That's what I remember the most.
What we gonna chew?
What we gonna eat? Bronco meat.
Yeah. What we gonna chew?
Bronco stew.
Yes, sir.
I love that, man. I love that. So tell me about some of the guys that you actually played with during your elementary school Little League experience, man. Who are some of the names that a lot of these folks from the Richardson area might remember? Played with and then, of course, played against.
Man, hey. Why I think about this all the time, because we had some talent out there. That SVAA, I bring this up to my son on how much talent we actually had above me, below me, and with me. Now, with me, I can give you everyone from my buddy Detron Smith.
Detron, Lake Highlands boy.
Lake Highlands boy. I give you that.
Two-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, and we was co-MVPs in high school. It was
District
MVPs, me and him. It's just we was battling from fifth grade on. We always battled.
So you played against him in SVAA?
Yes. We played SVAA from fifth grade, sixth grade. He was on the Vikings. I was on the Steelers. It was a rival. We used to race before games, race watching other people play. We raced. It was real competitive.
That's crazy, man. I actually met Detron when he was probably in third or fourth grade at Mid Park Place Apartments, man. That was the first place I ever met him.
Yeah, good guy.
Who else?
Man.
What about who were on your team?
On my team, we had Eris Washington. Oh, Eddie. That was the receiver at Richardson High School, number 7.
Play a little DB?
Yeah, DB. Yeah, he was DB. Back then, he was DB. Jerome Yeager, he was a DB. D'Amico Smith. D'Amico, he was one of the players. Then we had people, most of my guys, I had a squad that they all went to Pierce.
They turned out to be Mustangs. No.
Yeah, they all were Mustangs, man, but we're good people. But, Bobby Valentino, Robert Valentino, he was our quarterback. Good guy. Man, it was so many. Noah Polk, Jerry.
I recognize that name.
And a lot of them guys, for the most part, they didn't continue football. Right. They played other sports, but some good guys. I had some good guys.
Yeah, you mentioned the name of Jeff Follett earlier. Was he in the same grade as you?
Jeff Follett was a year younger than me, and Mike Follett was his brother. He was a year older than me, but we actually played on the same team in 4th grade. Remember, I stayed back, yes, and I broke my arm. That was the first year I broke my arm. So I broke my arm in 4th grade. Wow. And matter of fact, I broke it on Cedric Smith. He was a Charger, which they all went to Lake Highlands. He was a good one, yes, real good one.
So I'm glad you brought up the fact that you broke your arm. I coached SVAA for 21 years, man, and I think the worst injury that I had experienced as a head coach was a broken arm. When you broke your arm, man, how did your parents, how did your mom, your dad, or whoever was your guardian at the time, how did they handle that, and how were they willing to let you come back to the game?
Wow. Well, the moms, man, they see a broke arm. Moms don't like all that physicality, and then they were actually both at the game, and I just remember the play. It was a kickoff. I said it was real fast.
A lot of collisions on the kickoffs, man.
And the boy was fast, and I was pretty much the only one that was going to save him. And so I dove, stuck my arm out. His leg come up and hit it. I didn't feel it at the time, but I come up, I get up. This part of my hand was all the way down, and my arm way up, just broke, just hanging.
It was limp?
It was gone. I couldn't do nothing. I showed a ref. He was stuck. And then next thing you know, I'm looking at my mom. They all come running. It was a good thing we had a doctor on our team.
That's awesome.
One of the parents. So they took me to Plano and hooked me up. But it was a little situation. And
so when the next year came for you to sign back up, was there any hesitation in your mama, man?
My mama was all, but there wasn't no hesitation in me. I couldn't.
Of course not, you.
Hey, man. No, my mom wasn't going to stop me. She knew I was real dedicated and wanted to get back out there. What was the crazy part about the broken arm was I had the cast on like 6 months longer than you're supposed to because I wouldn't stop playing at recess. And
I can see that.
I kept, knocking it out of place. I had the cast put on 4 different times, man. It's crazy.
Oh, my goodness. So you know how the game of football is under attack, man. So I like to hear stories like that where a parent, may have been freaked out by an accident that occurred out there on the field, man, but they didn't stop their children from playing. And what I'm noticing these days is a lot of these today's parents are really hesitant. In fact, there was a bill that just got passed in New Jersey or Illinois or somewhere that you can't play tackle football until you're in junior high. How do you feel about them really going after the game and trying to stop kids from playing what I think is one of the greatest team sports ever in the history of mankind?
Man, it is, and I'm not with that. I mean, today's society, we got everything. Really, it come down, if you teach these boys the fundamentals, how to properly tackle, I don't see, you're going to get some banging because these boys, they bigger, stronger, and faster. That's going to happen, but the helmets and everything are much better now.
Absolutely.
Everything is better. I'm not going to talk my kid out of it.
We know you're not going to talk your kid out of it. We know you're not going to talk your kid out of it. Let's talk about your son for a minute. Tell everybody your son's name.
Maurice Perkins.
Maurice Perkins Jr. This kid, this young man, just captured a state title for what school?
Allen Eagles. He's an Eagle.
Allen High School Eagles. In fact, if we can get a little camera look over here and see this little helmet over here in the corner, you see a medal. You got some trophies back there. That's an Allen Eagle helmet. Now, tell the people at home what kind of Eagle you were.
Hey, I was a Richardson Eagle. Richardson Eagle.
See, I was a Richardson Eagle too. And
Die hard.
I'm sorry.
Die hard.
Okay, I was a Richardson Eagle too. And for the life of me, I can't understand how you and I were Richardson Eagles. My daughter, who's back there, Janessa, is a Richardson Eagle. Brian Brown was a Richardson Eagle. But Maurice Perkins Jr. is an Allen Eagle. How does that happen, Perk?
Man, to all my Eagle fans, I'm sorry. But listen, man, if we could have all brought our kids to the same school, if we could have made a pact to stay in Richardson, I might have stayed. But I was looking for better opportunity for myself. I didn't know Allen was gonna be the way we were tough out here. I didn't know Allen wasn't good back then.
Yes, sir.
So I didn't move because of the. I'm thinking Allen was gonna be a powerhouse.
Right. 'Cause a lot of people had no clue what Allen was. I mean, years and years ago.
Yeah, I really just moved for myself, better location, and to raise my kids the way I wanted to raise them. It wasn't nothing to do with. I wish I could have went back to Richardson, but Richardson had changed, man. I really hate that. I just didn't agree with the high school program.
Absolutely.
I would have loved him to play SVAA, and I was hating I couldn't get him to SVAA because I wanted to coach SVAA.
We wanted you to coach SVA.
And I really wanted to, but I had got involved with ASA, and we had a team that never lost. Them boys never lost after second grade on.
I'm not surprised.
I mean, they were cold, and we didn't have no move-ins. These were homegrown. See, that's the mistake everyone have about Allen. Mm-hmm. They think we're recruiting out here. Most of our squad is Allen.
Just kids who were born and raised.
You might have 2 or 3 move in. You can't stop that. You have that everywhere. Mm-hmm. But these guys on the Allen squad, the state championship, that was my team.
Wow.
I was coaching.
There's another Richardson Eagle who has a son on that team. Mr. Theo Lloyd has a son on that team. Takai, right?
A beast. That's
super beast.
Yeah, Theo brought his son out. Now we didn't plan that. I coached Takai at 3rd grade. Wow. Yeah, I had Mo, Takai. Oh man, we had a dream team, and they still live right here around the corner. We can practically walk to everyone's house.
That's incredible, man. Well, I'm glad that y'all were able to watch your boys do something that special, because both of y'all played on some really successful Richardson Eagles teams. I played on a couple of successful Richardson Eagles teams, but to be able to see your offspring deliver something that, I don't know, a lot of student athletes just dream about, had to be incredible.
Hey man, I felt like I was playing every game.
Every week.
Hey, me and Theo, we laugh and talk about it because we would call each other during the week before the game. We tailgating. I got the jitters. I mean, I didn't even I got to see them warm up. I needed to see everything. It's just, you had
to see the body language.
Yeah, man. I ain't going to say I was living through my son, but I don't know how to say it, but I was so proud of him.
You had to be
to the next level. Right. What I dreamed of, he was actually experiencing.
Absolutely, because we had some really good teams at Richardson, and you played on a couple that fell short.
Yeah, I probably played on the best Richardson squad.
Probably.
That I was with in my 3 years, that 91, 92 squad. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll put that against anyone. I would put it against Allen now.
Right. That team was amazing.
We had a squad. It's a different time, but those guys were some beasts, man, and we all played together. That was the key. That's the key, playing together and believing. Right. We all believed in all our coaches. from Duke, Blakely,
Yep.
we believed in them, and that's what you got to do. And
Guillory.
we did that extra, though. We would work when people didn't know we were working.
Absolutely.
But nowadays, these boys, what I'm seeing, if we did what they're doing, oh my God.
Would have been amazing, right?
Man, they're going above and beyond. Literally.
Yeah, I know.
My son is at a camp right now. Pure skills right now.
I saw a video of Takai lifting weights the other day, and I was like, man, I can't lift that.
The guy is faithfully in the gym. And when I was going, he would be there at night. We got a gym right up the street. I was going trying to get it in. I see Takai every time I go.
Wow.
Yeah.
So getting back to your youth football experience, man, and what you did in the SVAA, I think you said something about winning a championship. Was that in the 5th grade?
Yeah, we won the championship in the 5th grade, the Steelers, 5th grade Steelers.
Do you remember that game much?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, listen, it's not a game I don't remember. I remember them days, man, and those are some great, great memories. Absolutely. And I got to give that shout out to some raw talent because I don't want to leave no one out, especially the ones that I used to watch before me, the Cedric Harpers, the Al Cottons, the Corey played with me in 5th grade. The fastest, he was, I guarantee you, in 5th grade, Corey Tubbs was the fastest human being on earth.
I agree, man. I lived in Mid Park with him.
Hey, man, Tommy Casey was fast.
Tommy Casey.
I can name, we had, especially where we grew up, we had some beasts. Michael McKinney, Nat Valentine,
Corey Wilson.
Corey Wilson's, Archie Manning.
Yes.
Man, Chris A, even the younger ones. See, Chris was younger, but I was watching them boys too because I love to see them boys. The Chris Abrams, the Shane and Sean Stanberrys, the Sheldon Hornball.
Sheldon Stanks the number 2.
That was the smart. He reminded me of my brother, but Sheldon was, he was a beast. And then the Victor Kings, they
were them all.
He went to Berkner, but they were SVA people. The
Vincent Abrams.
Yeah. Look at all them, and that was a squad. Most of them names, they were on the same squad. Man, even the Jeffrey Turners, the Jimmy Mitchells, the Hamilton Park squad.
Yes.
The Corey McLeans, the Detron Smiths.
Yeah, you got the names, bro. You got the names.
I mean, the Follettes. I mean, we had beasts. Was John Walters, another boy, a player from, he was on the Falcons, but he went to Lake Highlands. These were some beasts, man, and man, big shout out to them because I'll never forget them because we used to have battles, and I used to like watching the people above me and the people below me and the ones I competed against.
The crazy thing about that, man, is like a lot of the guys that you mentioned turned out to be fathers who actually ended up coaching SVAA football, man. And I had the pleasure of my 21 years of coaching against several of them. I took a beating to Follette one time. I put a beating on Follette one time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it was just incredible to be able to have played at the same high school as them and then come out to SVAA and compete against, or watch them teach their kids how to compete against us. How do you feel about like the difference between offense back when you were coming up? What did y'all actually run when you were the Steelers?
Well, see, we was more of a power set, power eye. You know what I'm saying? Run the ball, whamming. We were whamming.
That's what I was going to say. What was your favorite play?
Man, I love the wham, the 33 wham.
I left or I right 33 wham.
And I like a pitch. Give me the pitch and let me do what I do.
64 reach.
There you go.
Now they run the spread everywhere, man.
They're spreading it out, man, because football to me is they more geared to wanting to score more. The fans, just not in Little League, but the pros, every level, high school, they want to score. We was Richardson Eagles. We did do a run and shoot at it, but we was a run. We would run 33 belly.
Multiple formations, the eye, the pro. We ran the bone.
They basically taking the fullback away from the game.
Right.
Because we'd only have fullback in Allen, and it's not a fullback in too many teams we play. I just, they're taking the fullback out of the game. That's the only thing I don't like, and I don't like how all the penalties is called on the defense.
They call everything on the D. D can't. And see, I pride myself on stopping people, and I really got into defense growing up, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it just shifted, and that's kind of what ended my run as a volunteer little league football coach, man. I want to stop you, and when
in the defense, the rules is just
man, too many rules, man. I couldn't teach my boys how to bust you up no more.
Man, and I love defense, but I played both ways, and I love the hit because I like to take that anger out and I could take punishment, but I love the hit.
Yes.
But I had that offense in me too, so it was flip of a coin.
As we led up to this actual sit down, man, I actually posted a photo of you from when you were at Richardson, and I can't tell you how many likes it got on there, but the picture really makes you look like larger than life, man. Do you remember the picture I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember that. That was actually going into my senior year.